Okay, let's look at taking a table and answering some probability questions. So probably the first thing you need to do is reproduce this table, 18 to 29, 30 plus, oops, plus, I'm going to merge that to make it look pretty. And we got a yes, we got a no, we got an unsure. Put in my values, 138, 289, 135, 6, 428, and 4. Okay, so once I have a table here, probably the first smart things to do is to total all of my rows and columns. And as you can see, I'm lazy and I copy and paste a lot to make this look pretty like a table. Okay, so that's probably just what I would do first. So I would sum that row. And then I want to sum every row, so just bring it on down, copy and paste it. And then I would sum that column. And then I would copy and paste it to that cell. So I see they've asked 1,000 adults, so that's all good. Then I made sure I got that number. Do you think global warming will have an impact on you during your lifetime? So typically you're given data like this and you're asked to answer some questions. And so it's nice to be able to just use our table. So it says, what is the probability that they're 18 to 29 years old? And no. So in other words, 18 to 29 years old that they said no is 135. But probabilities is how many said no, the 135, out of how many is in the 18 to 29 age group. Well, that would be the 279. And I press enter and I get my answer. And even here, if you need to round it to a certain number of decimal places, you can just click on the little button up there and it'll round it for you. All right, so that looked good. What is the probability that a respondent 30 years, so now I'm in this column, thinks that global warming will not pose a serious threat? So pretty much the same thing, but now we're looking at the 30 plus and no. So once again, I would take how many in the 30 plus column said no and divide by the total. So now hopefully you can see why I did the totals. I press enter and in fact, there's kind of a cool little thing here. If I want this cell formatted like that one, just click on it, click Format Painter, and then click there. Hey, make Excel pros out of you yet. All right, for a randomly selected respondent, what is the probability that they answered yes? So that they answered yes would end up being my total number of yeses. Okay, so that's the 427. And so a randomly selected respondent, meaning they picked everybody. So in other words, probability that they just said yes would equal how many said yes divided by the actual total. And once again, I can format that cell to look like the others. So then it asks you a question. It says, based on the survey results, does there appear to be a difference between 18 to 29? So yeah, I mean, so it appears that the older respondents, so this was the no, remember, are less concerned about global warming being a threat in their lifetime than the younger respondents. But once you have some data to get it in a table like this, it's pretty cool, because then let's say if you had to rework this problem again and your numbers changed, well, the way I'm doing formulas, all I'd have to do is watch those yellow areas and everything updates for me. And so I'm hoping I get you through this course learning statistics, but also finding out the beauty of Excel.